Next month, the transfer window will swing open again and there'll be a lot of business happening. While many fans will be focused on who their teams should buy, today we want to look at those players who must be shown the door immediately. These are 10 players who must be sold in the January transfer window. We'll start with Ibrahima Konaté. Liverpool must find a way to sell the French defender once the January window opens. His form has dropped massively, and with his contract expiring in a matter of months, they have a massive opportunity right now. Instead of giving him a new deal, just sell him this January and replace him with Marc Guéhi, who's a year younger and looks much sharper. If Liverpool offer Konaté a new deal, his form could get worse than it is, and there would be no way to easily get out of it then. Also, they won't exactly want to lose him for free in the summer, so this is why it is important that he is sold this January. With Real Madrid having reportedly pulled out, Liverpool can try selling him to Bayern Munich, PSG, or other teams in need of defensive reinforcements. What's important is to move him on in January. Speaking of centre-backs, Marc Guéhi must also be sold in January. He has already made it clear that he won't be renewing his contract with Crystal Palace after it expires in the summer, so this is the last chance for the club to make anything from his departure. With a lot of clubs really interested in him, Palace will certainly benefit from selling him in January. Yes, they'll miss their captain if he leaves halfway into the season, but economically, it's a no-brainer. The England international wants to take a step up in his career, so he's going to leave for sure. Seeing as his mind is made up, the club must now focus on getting the most out of the situation. With how Liverpool's season is going, they're desperate right now, so the best option will be to try and get as much as they can from the Reds and look for a less expensive replacement. This is what has to happen. There's another high-profile centre-back who must be sold this January. Can you guess who we're referring to here? Take a shot at it in the comments, we'll see if you're right soon. While you're there, if you aren't already subscribed to the channel, go do that right away so you never miss out on our amazing content. Next, let's talk about Rodrigo. The Brazilian has now equaled the record for the longest scoreless streak of an attacker in Real Madrid's entire history. This dude has scored just one league goal in the whole of 2025. In the summer, Real Madrid could have earned about 100 million from his sale, but now they'll be lucky to get half of that. It's simple. The longer Rodrigo remains at Real Madrid, the lower his value drops. If this continues, Rodrigo may be going for peanuts in the summer. This is why it is wise for Real Madrid to sell him now. Manchester City might be desperate enough to offer 50 to 70 million for him. The likes of Liverpool and Arsenal could also be interested, but leaving him until the summer is just such a risk because if his form worsens, they would just be losing money. And it's the same logic with Carlos Baleba. In the summer, there were clubs ready to pay over 100 million for him, but now we'll be surprised if he goes for more than half that number because of how much his form has declined since. Even the Brighton coach doesn't seem to fancy him so much anymore. Baleba has been taken off at halftime 4 times this season. Essentially, he has been subbed out at halftime in 36% of the Premier League games he has started this season. That's surely not good. If things continue like this, his stocks might have completely crashed in the summer, and that'll be horrible news for a selling club like Brighton. This is why they must sell him this January, while there are still some clubs interested. Man United reportedly still have their eyes on the midfielder. Brighton will be wise to close the deal with the Red Devils once the window opens. Meanwhile, Chelsea must find a way to sell Raheem Sterling in January. That relationship is broken beyond repair, so for the good of both parties, it's important that a sale happens sooner than later. We believe Sterling still has so much to give as a professional footballer. He's just 31 years old. He surely can still play top-flight football for a few years, and he definitely wants to as well. So he just needs to make a move to a club where he'll play. And for Chelsea, it's just crazy that they're paying £325,000 every week to a player who doesn't even train with the first team. Economically, this is an absolute disaster, and a sale should be treated as urgent. I mean, your highest paid player, who earns almost $100,000 more than the next guy, contributes in no way to the team. That's just crazy. Also, Sterling is the last one on the old wage structure at Chelsea. With him still at the club, the new structure can't be said to be at full implementation yet, so they need to find a way to sell him. Now, remember we said that there's another high-profile centre-back on this list. It's Ronald Araujo. At this point, it doesn't feel like there's a way back for him at Barcelona. Each time he tries to regain the trust of the fans, something happens which takes him several steps back. His red card against PSG cost Barcelona in a huge game 2 seasons ago. He was blamed for bad defending against Dortmund and Inter last season, and of course the recent red card against Chelsea this season. That's 3 straight seasons where he's been a massive villain in Barcelona's Champions League story. Reports say that he has been heavily affected mentally, and at this point, it feels like the best solution for both parties is for the player to just say goodbye and look for a fresh start elsewhere. He came close to leaving last January, with Juventus reportedly very interested in the Uruguayan, but he ended up signing a new contract instead. But maybe the club needs to let him go this time. I mean, what really is the point of having him in the team and paying him over €240,000 every week if the club cannot trust him in the biggest moments? Now, this one might sound a little crazy, but Bournemouth must sell Antoine Semenyo in January. They stand to gain more from selling him in January than from waiting till summer. Per his release clause, he will be available for £65 million in January, but $50 million in the summer. With Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United and a few other teams very interested right now, they might even be able to get more than the £65 million in January. Of course, he'll be a massive miss, but when Kluivert returns from injury, he should be able to make up for Semenyo's absence until the end of the season. And we say this mainly because we don't see Semenyo remaining at Bournemouth beyond next summer. So, if he's going to leave for sure in 2026, might as well just sell him when it'll be more profitable. Another player who must be sold is Mainoo. For the kid's good, Man United must let him go in January. Since they have chosen to have faith in Amorim and give him time to do his thing, then they must let Mainoo go, because the coach obviously doesn't fancy the young midfielder at all. Mainoo has still not started a single Premier League game this season. In fact, he has played 261 minutes of football across all competitions this season, which is equivalent to less than 3 full games. He wants to play football, he wants to express his talents, he wants to make the England World Cup squad. For that reason, he must be sold in January, and that will even allow Amorim to go and buy a midfielder he actually wants. Let's now talk about Nathan Ake. It seems like he has come to the end of the road at Manchester City, so it's important that the club sells him in January. He has started just 1 Premier League game all season, and he's now probably the club's 5th choice centre-back. City might be able to get about £30 million for the 30-year-old if they decide to sell this January, but if they wait till summer, that number will likely go down. So it only makes sense that they find a buyer as soon as the winter window opens. Finally, West Ham must sell James Ward-Prowse in January. There just cannot be any debates about that. He has not made the matchday squad even once since Nuno took over as head coach, so the message is very clear. He's not in the manager's plans at all. It makes no sense for a club like West Ham to be paying £115,000 every week to a player who's no longer a part of the team while they struggle to survive relegation. If the coach no longer has use for him, sell him and use that space to sign someone else who will help the team get out of the mess it's currently in. Now, are there more players you think must be sold in the January transfer window? Drop their names in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on new content. Catch you in the next one. Bye.